Hi everyone, welcome to the first lesson on probability. Probability, as its name suggests, it is a possibility or something to happen or the chance of something to happen. Consider the statement: the lockdown due to coronavirus may end in the first week of May. In that statement itself, it is evident that I am not sure that whether it would happen. And I cannot say that it will not happen also. So it is neither impossible nor certain. In that case, we have to find the percentage of it to happen. The percentage of it to happen may be found out by the data currently available. So, probability is the chance of something to happen. So, probability can be expressed in percentages, decimals, or even using probability words. We will be discussing all these in detail in this video. Forgot to say one thing, it can be represented as fractions also. So, probability or chance is how likely something is to happen. If something has a low probability or a very less chance of it to happen, we say it is unlikely to happen. And if something has a high probability, we say it is likely to happen. Let us consider this example. Geeta has this spinner with numbers 3, 4, 5 and 6. What is her chance of spinning the numbers in the boxes below? An odd number. Which are the numbers that Geeta's spinner have? 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 4 numbers. After this, which are odd numbers? The odd numbers are 3 and 5. How many odd numbers are there? 2. So out of 4, 2 numbers are odd number. That is, 2 out of 4 is the chance that an odd number can happen. 2 out of 4 is how much? 1 over 2 when you simplify the fraction. 1 by 2 is 0.5, or else if you represent it as a percentage, you will get 50%. So if something is 50% probable to occur, we call it as an even chance. That means 50% it can occur and 50% it may not occur. So it is even chance. Now, what is the probability that you get a 2? Will you get a 2 by spinning the spinner? No. So it is 0 out of 4. That is, getting a 2 out of 4 is impossible. A number less than 10. Which of these numbers are less than 10? All the 4 numbers are less than 10. So however you spin the spinner, you will get a number which is less than 10. So 4 out of 4 is the probability. What is 4 out of 4? It is 1. So what is the probability of getting a number less than 10? It is certain. For sure it will happen. Now we will see some examples which shows this probability words. Certain. The sun rising tomorrow. That is certain. That will anyhow happen. So it is having a probability of 1. Even chance. Getting tails when you toss a coin. When you toss a coin, there are 2 possibilities. Getting a head, getting a tail. If that is a proper, fair coin, the chance of getting a head or a tail, both are having even chance. And what is the probability there? 1 by 2 or 0.5 or 50%. Not likely. Rolling a 6 on a dice. Which all the numbers are there in the dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So getting a 6 is having less probability. 1 by 6 is the probability there. So rolling a 6 on a dice is not likely. Impossible. 0 is the probability there. For an example, rolling an 8 on a dice. Will it happen? No. So, rolling an 8 on a dice is having the probability 0, which is impossible. So, if the numbers are represented as a probability, it can be between the numbers 0, which is impossible, and 1, which is certain. You can represent it in the form of fraction or decimal. Or else if it is represented as a percentage, you can represent it in between 0% and 100%. Here is a question. You can spin any number from 1 to 6 on the spinner. Write a number that is impossible to spin. Which are the numbers that is possible to spin? The numbers possible are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. What are the numbers which are not possible? Any number which is less than 1 and any number which is greater than 6 is not possible. These marbles are hidden in a bag. The bag is shaken. Pete pulls out one marble without looking. Which kind of marble is Pete most likely to pull out? So if you consider how many grey balls are there? There are 3 grey balls. How many white balls are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 white balls are there. How many striped balls are there? 1, 2. How many spotty balls are there? 1. So which kind of marble is Pete most likely to pull out? Most likely means the ball which is having more probability than others. Since we have more white balls, which will be the ball that is more likely to be pulled out by Pete? It will be the white balls. So based on the number of each balls it has. So here are the answers. As I told you, the probability can be expressed as a form of fractions. Probability of getting a tails when you toss a coin is a 1 in 2 chance or 1 by 2. Probability of getting a 3 when you roll a dice is a 1 in 6 chance, which is 1 by 6. Now we shall discuss these questions. What is the probability of rolling a 4 with the dice? How many possibilities are there in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 possibilities are there and 4 is one among that possibility. So what will be the probability? It will be 1 over 6. Second question. What is the probability of rolling an odd number with the dice? How many odd numbers are there? You have 1, 3 and 5. There are totally 3 odd numbers out of the 6 chances. So the probability will be 3 over 6, which is 1 over 2. It is always good to simplify your fractions. Third question. A bag contains 7 buttons. 3 of them are green. What is the probability of picking a green button from the bag? It will be 3 green out of 7 total buttons. That is 3 over 7. A bag contains 3 red and 5 green marbles. What is the probability of picking a red? 3 red is there and total number will be 3 red plus 5 green, which is 8 marbles. So the probability of picking a red will be 3 over 8. You can check the answers. Probability can also be shown as a decimal or a percentage. If we say that probability of getting a tail when we toss a coin is 1 out of 2 chance, you can represent it as 1 by 2 as fraction. 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5. So you can represent it as 0.5 or 0.5 is same as 50%. So you can represent it as 50%. A probability of 3 by 4 is 0.75 or 75%. In order to find that, you divide 3 by 4, you will get the value. If you multiply it with 100, that will be the number of percentage. We shall see some questions. What is the probability as a decimal of getting heads when you toss a coin? Getting a head is 1 out of 2 chance, that is 0.5 or 50%. Something has an even chance of probability. Even chance means 50% it can happen, 50% it will not happen. So it is again 0.5 or 50%. A bag contains just 5 buttons, all of which are blue. What is the probability of picking a red button? There is no probability of getting a red button from the bag which is having all blue buttons. So it will be 0 out of 5, which is 0 or 0%. A bag contains 4 white buttons. How many black buttons must be added so there is an even chance of picking a white button? That is, 4 divided by total number should be even chance. Even chance means 50% or 0.5. So 4 divided by which number will give you 0.5? 4 divided by 8 will give you 0.5. Right? So if there are total 8 buttons, 4 are white. How many black buttons should be there? There should be 4 black buttons. You may check the answers that we have discussed. How to work out the probability? This is the most simplest form of working out a probability in a very simple case. Work out the probability of throwing an even number on a dice. First, you need to count up the total number of possible results. How many possible results are there? When you throw a dice, you may get a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6. So, the possibilities are 6. Then count up the number of results you are interested in. What is the interest here for you? You are throwing an even number on a dice. Which are the even numbers you can get? You may get a 2, 4 or 6, right? So the possibility of getting an even number is 3, right? So the probability will be 3 out of 6. Always simplify your fraction and you will get a 1 by 2. Now we will discuss about probability scale. These are the main words that you need to know when you discuss about the probability scale. When something will happen for sure, that is certain. In this case, what will be the probability? Yes, it will be 1. Some things that will not happen is called impossible. What will be the probability there? It will be 0. So, the impossible probability means it is 0% and certain means in percentages it can be represented as 100%. Now, if there is something that has the same chance of it to happen and not happen, if that is the case, we call it even chance. Even chance is when the probability is 1 by 2 or else 0.5 or else 50%. If something is more likely to happen, that means it is having a probability which is more than even, then we call it likely. The probability of some likely event is between 0.5 and 1 or 50% and 100% or 1 by 2 and 1. Now, unlikely is something which has very less chance of occurrence. That is very low probability. It is between 0 and 50% or 0 and 0.5 or 0 and 1 by 2. Now consider this example. The sun will rise tomorrow. It will happen for sure. So, certain probability. You will live to be 500. In this today's world, it is not possible. So, it is impossible. You spin a coin and get a head. You have an even chance of happening. You will see a bus on your way home. It is likely to happen. You will see an ambulance on your way home. That is unlikely to happen. Now some useful information while doing the questions on probability. You may get questions which is related to cards, which is related to dice, and which is related to heads or tails in a coin. There are 52 playing cards in a pack. 4 suits are there, clubs and spades which are black, diamonds and hearts which are red. 13 cards in each suit, starting from ace, 2, 3 up to 10, jack, king and queen. So these are the examples. A regular dice have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and a coin has 2 options, head and a tail. Hope you understood. Thank you for watching the video.